Welcome back to End Times Prophecy. Interesting story here. The father of the son who killed by illegal immigrants responded to Democrats booing during Trump's speech, and it went insanely viral. He was right there at the congressional speech there. The father of the high school football player who was killed by an illegal immigrant has just stunned the nation with a moving statement. A man who really cared about his kids, Jamil Shaw Sr. Breitbart reports Wednesday Jamil Shaw, father of Jamil Shaw II, who was a 17-year-old high school football player killed by Pedro Espinoza, an illegal immigrant, was interviewed on Fox News Channel's Fox and Friends. During that appearance, he reacted to boos from Democrats in attendance at President Donald Trump's address to the joint session of Congress to immigration portion of his speech. Shaw criticized those Democrats, but added he was going to ignore them as they have ignored him. "Oh my God," he says, "I was like, man, what do they want?" Shaw said, They don't want nothing but division, bickering. They don't want to solve no problems. They don't want to help kids or husbands or family members that's been murdered by illegals. That's right. I mean, just the way they did was what they did was so disrespectful, but it's bigger than them, so I just keep on moving. I just ignore them like they do me. Dems destroying the Democratic Party day after day. Breaking news, President Trump broke a record last night. Yes, we remember this one. For 1 hour and 12 seconds, more than the past 5 presidents. Oh, it's not coming up here. Length of President's first address to joint session of Congress, President Trump spoke for 1 hour and 12 seconds. Oh, so his speech was longer than any other. POTUS concludes joint address, believe in yourselves. Believe in your future, and believe once more in America. I have to agree. I did throw America in the bucket years ago with Obama, and I have to agree, I'm starting to believe in America once again. But first and foremost, my Savior, Jesus Christ. Breaking news, new liberal equality tax. Look what race is being targeted. According to Sean King, who is a writer for the New York Daily News, whites should pay 5% extra for being white. Well, Sean King, you need to take your race baiting somewhere else. A serious article has been posted online concerning the privilege of white people. That is, that a tax should be applied to you based on the color of your skin. 5% more? Talk about racism. Now, if that ain't racist, then racism just doesn't exist. Oh, but according to the article that was written, if you identify in your head that you are a different race, Sean King, then that's okay. No tax for you. What a nutball this dude is. It's irrefutable. White people are privileged. Recognition of this basic fact of life is not enough. It's time to take action to level the economic playing field at a time when POC, person of color, is still tremendously disadvantaged. Despite the best efforts of affirmative action policies, something else must be done. Well, no, they actually need to kill affirmative action policies, and they need to throw you, Sean King, out of the country, along with the rest of you fools who think like this. Current U.S. tax policy fails to recognize the inherent economic disadvantages that POC face on a daily basis. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're black and you have a 3 to 4 over to 1 over a white man committing atrocities of murder and violent crimes compared to white man, well, then maybe you wouldn't have a problem. But on the other hand, the minorities in this country do make the most money. I've already proven that in a poll. Yeah. So all this is a bunch of pure garbage out of Sean King to continue to persecute the white man. Or white people. It's refutable white people are privileged. Recognition of this basic fact of life is not enough. Current U.S. tax policy fails to recognize the inherent economic disadvantages that POC face on a daily basis. Racist employers, a disproportionate targeting of minorities by law enforcement, racial wage gaps, poor inner city schools, these all contribute to what is an undeniable reality for minorities, a reality that equates to an unfair economic disadvantage. But most of this is going to be fixed. Trump's going to fix the schools with Betsy DeVos. Trump's going to fix the inner cities, help out the black people, unlike Obama destroyed them, which he made a lie about. So, no. And he also just signed signed something in last night for the black people. I forgot what it was about. This author is insane. No, seriously, insane. This is the kind of person that sees race and victimhood in everything. To even the playing field, the privileged should pay more. I don't know how much more, but it must be more. Let's start at 5%. If centuries of subjugation could ever be righted. Oh, no, we're going to pay the people now for what their grandfathers and great-great-great-great-grandfathers you think got ripped off from. Certainly the privileged can't stand to spare 5% with all of their economic advantages. Typical. Ask a leftist exactly how much of any of their policies is enough to get the job done, and they will never give you a precise scientific number. Why? Because you can't math out disillusions. Is what this article is proposing sound insane to you? I have to question every time now, because it is quite clear that everyone has gone completely mad today. No, not everyone, just the left side. Shocking. Look at what has happened because of the Oroville Dam after the emergency. I warned everyone. New aerial footage has exposed significant damage to the Oroville Dam that was previously undiscovered. From SHTFP, I think you know what that stands for. Earlier this month, we all heard the news that the Oroville Dam was damaged and that thousands of residents living in its shadow would have to be evacuated. Fortunately, the dam held and the residents of Oroville were able to return to their homes. For the most part, the story has since faded from the news. However, the damage remains. When the crisis was at its peak, you may have heard about what specifically went wrong with the dam. The main spillway was damaged when the dam operators attempted to release some water to control the depth of Lake Oroville. Essentially, a crater unexpectedly emerged in the middle of the spillway, and when the water flowed through that hole, it eroded the soil beneath. So the dam operators decided to let the water flow over an emergency spillway instead. But as the emergency spillway began to erode as well, an evacuation order was issued. But hearing that doesn't really do it any justice. To really appreciate the magnitude of what occurred that day, you have to see it with your own eyes. On Monday, the California Department of Water Resources stopped the flow of water down the spillway so that they could assess the damage. Here is what they found. There's no sound on this. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Nice high definition video. Look at that. There's just nothing left. It ripped a hole right through here. That's what water will do. It's like someone blew this out with a bomb. You can see all that water, all that rock fresh and clean. Sparkling right at you too, with the water reflecting. That's a lot of damage. Definitely. So this is downstream a bit. Let's take it back here a little. There we go. Wow, look at all the rock that came out with it. Down the stream. Just all that rock got crushed, it looks like. That's the rock that was crushed and drilled out of here through here. And it used to come over here, but it's all went over to the left side from that side. This side would be the right side, of course. Amazing. All right. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.